Many people find it difficult to talk to their children about certain subjects, regardless of their age. It even makes it more intimidating to discuss the birds and the bees with your child. Now you're probably wondering what I'm talking about, the birds and the bees. Well, there's 3 programs I'm going to discuss with you today that are going to be instilling into you and giving you an idea about sex education and making the proper decisions for your child. Now, these 3 programs are the Abstinence Only, Abstinence Plus, and the Comprehensive programs. And the content is pretty much affected by, in schools, by the funding that is made available to that school. Let's start first by talking about the Abstinence Only program. Now, the Abstinence Only program is, in itself, means that your child is not going to have sex. In this program, they do scratch the surface a little bit about STDs, or sexually transmitted diseases. Unfortunately, it's a scare tactic and pretty much gives your child the idea that sex is not okay, don't have sex, it can kill you. In October 17th of 2005, a report was issued by the U.S. News and World Report that federal grants have been given to the schools as long as they teach abstinence-only classes. But that same report also announces that they spend over $200 million in the program, and it's pretty much viewed as a fail-safe program. It's just something that your students are not going to learn anything from. It's important that you go into detail about sexually transmitted diseases. Now, the Abstinence Plus gives you that opportunity. Unfortunately, it's still based on abstinence. You go more into detail about sexually transmitted diseases. Unfortunately, you're learning about abstinence. And an assistant professor of the psychiatric department by the name of Josh Sparrow out of Harvard Medical School feels that these 2, the abstinence programs, are pretty much a catastrophe because unfortunately, yes, it does teach your student about abstinence, it does go into detail, and one of the programs about STDs, but it doesn't teach you anymore. It doesn't teach you how to have safe sex or prevent pregnancy. And overall, it's been viewed that this one here, the comprehensive, is probably your better bet, but it's not nationally used. Now, the comprehensive goes into detail, gives you an idea of sexually transmitted diseases. It actually goes more into detail about abstinence, preventing pregnancy, and overall safe sex. Now, many parents feel that their children should not be taught any of this in school. And unfortunately, whenever these students go to these professionals or these teachers, they're stuck in a rock and hard place because they don't know how to answer the question. Now, kids always have questions, and pretty much most of them don't have a strong relationship with their parents. An open relationship where they can go in and ask their mom certain questions or their dad about, the birds and the bees. Now you come to the crossroad, unfortunately, where you have to make a decision. Should you give your child the opportunity to learn from these professionals, or should you sit back and let them learn on their own from the internet, going out under the streets and learning it and getting hurt, or walking into a public restroom where it's displayed for you on the walls? A teacher in New Jersey by the name of Janet Lomanico, I believe is how you pronounce her last name, she firmly believes that students who pretty much declare themselves virgins and claim virginity till they're married still have that curiosity in their mind of the want to know or have the knowledge to be able to make the proper decision. And unfortunately, well, like I said before, that comprehensive is hardly utilized in schools today. They're more concerned about their abstinence and just scaring the students into not having sex at all. In conclusion, it's just safe to say that sex education is a controversial subject. The need to know is always going to be there for your children, but it's up to the parents and the teachers to decide what should be taught. It's up to the parents to decide, do they want their child to learn abstinence? Do they want to scare the child into not having sex? Do they want the Abstinence Plus program where they go into deep detail about STDs, but not preventions on STDs? Or do you want to have that comprehensive background to teach the students about pregnancy, abstinence still as a base, not having, preventing STDs, preventing pregnancy, and overall practicing safe sex? I believe that schools should be able to give any kind of method that they choose. I would prefer, if it was my child, the comprehensive method. But really, again, it's up to you as a parent to decide those waivers over. And even more so, it's up to the school to decide what's the proper education. Regardless, after all, it's going to be up to the child what they want to do with their body. And it's up to you as a parent and up to the teachers to instill into them the right from wrong. I want to thank you for your time. And now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.